Craft, design, and launch NFTs effortlessly across multiple blockchains. From generating high-quality visuals to enhancing audio, scripting, and minting digital assets, CallAI's advanced tools empower creators of all kinds, developers, designers, artists, and innovators alike. Now available on mobile, CallAI brings everything you need into one seamless platform, giving you the power to create anytime, anywhere.
Click the link at the top line. Lil Durk, man, his lawyers are working very hard to try to get him out on bond. Now, first, before I get to, what he penned or his team wrote today, they're putting together a package for Durk to try to get him out. Now, this package includes some notable things like $100 million in cash, $900,000 in real estate, $150K from an associate, 24/7 armed security, and an electronic monitor, which is a bracelet, to show the court that he is not a flight risk. Now, he is going to court on May 8th. The judge will actually review his bond requirements to see if he's let out. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But in light of that, his team put out a press release. They put, the recent developments in Durk's legal case have brought a harsh truth to the light. The government presented false evidence to a grand jury to indict him. This isn't justice. This is a violation of the very system that's supposed to protect us all. Durk has always used music to tell stories, to express his pain and heal. And yet, some of those lyrics are now being used against him, right? We refuse to stay silent as black artists continue to be criminalized for their creativity. Rap is an art. As a family, we are asking the public and the culture to stand with us, stand for fairness, stand for the boy Durk. And this is one thing that's been brought up. We talked about this, the freedom of expression. Jay-Z, Meek Mill, and a lot of other people have definitely been fighting, for this for a long, long time. Now, what they're talking about, right? What they're talking about is so the feds just recently are coming after him and trying to use some of his lyrics pretty much against him. And an example that they're citing is a particular song where they said riding through Beverly Hills with the chopper. Now, this is having the prosecutor say that this is a lyric that's similar to the modus operandi that was used to kill Quando Rondo's cousin. Now, his lawyer, Drew Filing, came out and said this is some BS. He went on to say that the prosecution misled the grand jury because they're saying that they cited lyrics from a song called Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy, which Durk wrote way before this crime took place. He went on to say, and I quote, unless the government is prosecuting Banks, who is Durk, on a theory of extrasensory prescience, the lyrics could not have soundly informed the grand jury's finding of probable cause. And he put that out. That was collected by Billboard. Now, in suggesting against letting Durk out on bond, the state labeled him a flight risk and said that his application didn't prove or provide any new information that material bearing of that fact. So they pretty much saying, look, he ain't gonna get up out of here. Like he's facing, some serious charges, possibly life plus. He has the means to bounce. He has the means to, and then remember, that you got the whole thing where he booked like different flights. He was trying to skedaddle. He just found out a little too late. And just honestly, I don't blame him, bro. I don't blame him. He just found out just a little bit too late. He probably would have been somewhere, where they can't extradite him, back over here. So look, it's a lot of things I'm indifferent about with this situation, but I wasn't there. So I'm just going to remain and keep it in the middle with Durk. And, I always thought he was a very talented artist, but it's pretty clear, by the lifestyle he leads, and the things that he talks about. But then, on the other hand, I look at it like this. Some of it could be cat. Some of it could be just artistic expression. And it's going to be very hard, for a jury to tell the difference. I'm sure that the state and the feds are going to bring their evidence and whatnot and try to nail him to the wall, whatever the case may be. But he got so much music, so much lyrics, and so much, the way that these guys talk about things. You never know what's what in this situation. So he's in for a fight, man. He's in for the fight of his life. Do I think they're gonna grant bond? I don't know. Possibly. Again, I'm not gonna speak nothing negative towards the situation because I really do not know. But I mean, you put the man on electronic monitoring. He got security there. Where is he really going? Where is he going that fast? No passport. Let's be real. I mean, there's always ways to do things, right? But I think that he's going to fight this joint. He's going to fight this case. And yeah, look, man, a part of me sympathizes, right? A part of me sympathizes with these brothers because I understand their environment like they were born in, right? And I'm not saying that's an excuse to commit crimes or whatnot, but I mean, it gets the best of us, man. Like the best of us get caught up in that vicious cycle. Now, once we get out of that, once we, get those millions and whatnot, now it's time to move forward. Now it's time to kind of leave that alone. So that's a criticism there, but that you got to move past that. And a lot of times, guys get out, they find Islam or they find Jesus or wherever they find spirituality, and it just be a little too late for them. It just be a little too late. But think about it, like his pop, locked up, people all around him dying, lack of resources. That's a lack of education, and that's like the main thing when you talk about any inner city like Philadelphia, Chicago. Obviously lack of resources, lack of education, lack of economic opportunities, and lack of a strong, solid family structure. If you apply this to any other race of people, they will be probably worse off than what we are. No father in the home, mother wilding out, doing the best she can. The streets is readily available. He can go sell some crack faster than he can get a job. No programs, no after school this, no nothing that these kids could do. Because even if it was, can you afford to pay $600 for a travel league? Can you afford to go, do karate or jiu-jitsu or something like that? Some of these places is charging a lot of money. So, these guys' stomach and these girls' stomach is touching their back. And this is obviously an accelerated version of how things go, but I'm just trying to give it to you fast for this video. Once that's there, it's like, yo, once you get to a position where you think you can affect things, maybe you could be 10, 8, 9. You start saying, damn, my mom's struggling. Like, this. Damn, ain't no food in the house. Damn. I got to make some money. I got to do something fast. F school. School ain't doing nothing for me. I got to make some money. What's readily available? That. And not only is it readily available, it provides a lucrative financial opportunity that you can get quick bread with. Somebody fronts you, you flip, now you getting your own shit. You turning 600 to 2,000 or whatever. You know how the shit go. So I think in this we all need to be a little bit understanding, sympathetic, and love each other, man, just a little bit more. Not condoning anything, but just kind of understanding, like, damn. Damn. But again, once you're able to escape that reality, you gotta leave this shit alone, bro. You gotta leave it alone, because at that point, it's no more like, you know what I mean? So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Hit the thumbs up for the video. I appreciate it.